talking about developing some sort of knowledge-sharing framework for universities working on satellites. So we further redefined the problem and sort of narrowed it down into two main things. So one is that current communications relies a lot on personal exchanges. We're not saying this is a bad thing. It definitely can't be substituted, but there's definitely a lot more that we can do when we're apart physically, and we think that the internet could be leveraged a lot more. And the second thing is that the current system just doesn't encourage people to share lessons learned from their failures. And sometimes the most useful things to other teams trying to do similar things is the lessons learned from your failed experiments, failed results, things like that, that could be really useful for everyone in the community. And so we started by looking at the different solutions. And so offline solutions, we currently have conferences, workshops. While these are great, but they are sort of limited in that there is a pressure for the presenters, researchers, to present their research in the best light possible, because they'll be looking for funding, grants, things like that down the line. And so we proposed some different changes, things like the encouragement of more informal workshops and meetings to give researchers the opportunity to talk about their lessons learned, the problems they're facing in a pressure-free environment. And what we really took away from yesterday's presentations was that the sort of feedback you got at the end of the presentations is quite valuable and should be encouraged a lot more. And in terms of online solutions, we also recognize that wikis could be particularly useful for knowledge sharing of the sort that can be quite repeatable. For example, frequency allocation procedures, flight model test procedures, launch procurement procedures, a lot of these things that engineers don't typically like to do, that involve a lot of paperwork, and could really be easily documented on a wiki, a common community wiki, and everyone can have access and use this resource. More discussion groups would also like to be encouraged for technical inquiries. Things like component integration, reviews of components, like maybe like an Amazon for components, where people can say whether this works with other components in a satellite, things like that, which allows you to search for different partners in ground station networks. And also perhaps the directory of people in space, what their expertise is and what they offer. So that pretty much sums up what we discussed in Group 11. This is our team. And so thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now